So to begin our car, we're going to go over to Start 2D Sketch, and we're going to select this plane here. Alright, from here we're going to go to the rectangle tool, and we're going to start from this origin point. So click here, and move your mouse to the left. Alright, so for the first dimension that's already highlighted, I'm going to go 32.5, tab, and then go 50, and press enter. Okay, once that part is done, we need to then go ahead and put the canister hole, which is going to go here in the middle. We're currently making half the car, so we'll do the canister hole on this line here. Alright, so from here we're going to go and just click, doesn't matter where you start from. Alright, I'm going to make this one 19 millimeters, press enter. I'm going to go to the circle tool again, create another circle, alright, in the middle of that circle. Alright, and we're going to make this one 30, enter. Cool. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is go to the dimension tool, and we're going to select the bottom of the rectangle, and then select the middle of the circle, and we're going to make this one 29. Press enter. Okay, the last thing we're going to do for the back of the car here is we're going to go to rectangle, and down in the corner here we're going to click and move your cursor. Alright, so the dimension that's at the bottom, that needs to be 3. I'm going to hit tab, and this one here needs to be 6 millimeters. Press enter. Cool. Alright, now, like I said before, we're only doing half the car, so this stuff over here we don't actually need. So to remove those sketches, we're going to go to the trim tool here, and you can just click on those parts of the circle you don't need. Alright, and that's complete. So we're going to go over to Finish Sketch, and I'm just going to click on the corner of the box here. Cool, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go to Extrude, and I want you to click on this shape here, and also this shape. Okay, we're going to make it extrude in the other direction. So if we go, actually if we just grab that and drag it this way, okay, that will change the direction. We want it to be 56 millimeters, so change this to 56. Oh, we have to be negative 56, and press enter. So now we want to cut out the semicircle that's going to obviously be the canister housing where the canister is going to go into. But to do this, we need to get the sketch that we were using before to come back up so we can use that again. So if we go here to sketches and click on this arrow, see how this sketch is no longer visible? So if we click here, okay, it should come back up so we can now use that again. So I'm going to rotate the model around, so I'll click on this corner, and I'm going to go to Extrude, and click on this semicircle here. Okay, now I'm going to grab that arrow and drag it this way, so now it's cutting. So we need this to be negative 50, and then we're going to press OK. Awesome. Alright, the next thing we need to do is to start creating the car body. So to do this, we're going to go to Start 2D Sketch, and we're going to click on the ground plane here. Okay, so click on this one. I'm going to rotate the model around. Alright, so the canister housing is towards the left hand side. Okay, so you should see exactly what I see here. The next thing we're going to do is get the rectangle tool, and we're going to start from the origin point here. So click once and move your cursor this way. Alright, so the dimension that's lit up now is going to be 32.5 because that's half the balsa block that we're using. I'm going to hit tab and I'm going to do this as 208 millimeters. Now your car can actually go up to 210, but the reason why I'm making it 208 is so you at least have 2 millimeters to play with. You don't want to be right on the edge because once you actually manufacture your car, chances are it could be that tiny bit bigger. So you want to make sure it's definitely under. So once you're done here, you're going to press enter. Awesome. All right, the next thing we need to do is to get the spaces for your wheels to fit into. So to do that, we're going to go to rectangle. And we're going to make one rectangle that's roughly about here. Okay, and this one here is going to be 18. And hit tab, 38, and press enter. Okay, we're going to make another one, obviously for the rear wheel. So roughly around here. So we're going to make this one now 17.5. So it lines up to the edge of the canister. And we are going to change, so we're going to hit tab, and we're going to change the other dimension to 38, like the front. And press OK, or enter. Awesome. All right, the next thing we're going to do is put some dimensions on here just to make things a little bit neater. So we're going to go to sketch dimension. We're going to go from the front of the block to the left side of the wheel. And we're going to click up here. Okay, this dimension is going to be 30. Then press enter. All right, and then from the back, we're going to go from the back of the car to the right side here of that rear wheel and click, and we're going to make this one 35. Awesome. All right, the next thing we want to do is the exclusion zone. So this is going to be your front wheel. All right, and in the rules for the competition, you have to have 15 millimeters of nothing behind that wheel. Okay, so to make that easy for us, we're going to plan that now so we don't make that mistake. So we're going to go to rectangle, and we're going to start the rectangle here and go across to here. Now, for this dimension, obviously it needs to be the same as the wheel, so we're going to make that 18. I'm going to hit tab, and the other dimension, like I said before, it needs to be 15. However, you always want to add at least probably 2 millimeters on just to be safe. Okay, so we're going to make this one 17, and we're going to press enter. Alright, so at the moment, this is where our wheel will go, this is where the exclusion zone is, and this is where the other wheel will go. Now, another regulation that we need to make sure that we follow along with is the 45-degree chamfer that comes across here. So we may as well put it in now, so it's all ready to go. So we're going to go to Line Tool, and I'm going to click on this corner here. I'm going to move across this way until it lines up and snaps onto that line. Now, what I need to do is I'm going to hit tab because I need to edit, I need to edit the dimension, the degrees that's there. So at the moment it says 131.8 degrees. All right, this one here will need to be 135. All right, and we're going to make sure that snaps onto the line there. So I can obviously move it. When you get close to that line, you can see it just changed and snapped on. So I'm going to press enter. All right, and now you've got that 45-degree cut here. So you're just going to zoom out a touch, and what we have to do now is select the whole entire sketch and then convert it to a construction line. So we're going to click and hold over here and drag over the top of the entire sketch. So I'm going to let go, and then we're going to go right click and change it to a construction line. So click on that one. Alright, I'm just going to click off of the sketch. So you should be able to see now that every line is turned to a dashed line. Okay, and that's what we need. Alright, so they're not actually real lines, they're just there as a guide. And what we're going to do now is actually put down a proper line of the shape that we actually need. Okay, so just follow along what I'm doing. So we're going to go to the line tool. We're going to start from this origin point. I'm going to click once and move my cursor over to the front of the car. I'm going to click. Alright, that's one line. Now we need to go from here directly up. Okay, now this one here should snap on. I'll just zoom in a little bit. So we want it to line up to this line here. So if I bring that across, yeah, there you go, it should be 15. Okay, then from that 15 mil, we're going to go across all the way past. So see how you got this rectangle? Alright, that's where the wheel is. And you've also got this rectangle where the exclusion zone is. We want to go to this corner here. So click. Alright, that's good. Now we're going to go from this corner directly up to here. Then from here straight across to where that 45-degree cut is. So we want to meet up right there. Then we're going to go from that point down to here. And then from that 45-degree cut straight across to the end of where that wheel is going to be. Then from there directly up. From there directly to the back of the car. And then we're going to finish off the shape. So back to the start. Alright, now you should notice that that shape that you just made should turn blue. Okay, so now you know that you've got a full shape. If for some reason you don't have that color change, chances are you don't have lines that are matching each other. Okay, so you're going to have to make sure that all the lines that you've made all the way around actually do match and actually line up together. Okay, otherwise there might be a break somewhere. Okay, so if that's done, you're going to go to Finish Sketch. Now I'm going to just rotate my model. I'm going to click on the corner here. Okay, I always find it's easier to extrude your model when you're looking at it from this view, just so you can see what's actually happening when you're extruding. So when we're here, we're going to go to Extrude, and I'm going to click on that shape that we just made. Okay, now this one here we're going to extrude by 17 millimeters. Now it's turned red, and red generally means it's in a cut. Okay, so we don't want it to go through and start cutting stuff. We want it to actually join and add material. So change that to join. Okay, and then if I press OK now, you should have what looks like half a car.